PM versus vendor. Team play for success.
I'm Gabriela and I have been a certified bilingual translator English to French and Romanian since 2010. I consider myself a beyond words vendor and I love being close to my PMs.
I'm Lucía Gutiérrez, a localization project manager with almost 10 years of experience. I have worked in many different LSPs with many different hats, but always focusing on project management, as it is the job I enjoy the most.
Hello, everyone. Hello,
Hello,
Lucia.
Gabriela. Hello, everyone.
We are back with another episode, and I think you will like it, or maybe you will find it interesting to see different perspectives when it comes to
quality. And it's a topic I really like. I really like discussing about quality. I really like talking about quality because I think there are a lot of misconceptions about what quality is. So let's get on it.
Exactly. And I think to make it even more on topic, I think we should really give proper examples from different niches, from different types of contact in our industry to see really if we have several types of quality. So as a vendor, many of you know that I handle different types of content, sorry. And let's start with certified translation, for example. When it comes to certified translation, there is only one quality, a current quality, 100% quality, because we are dealing with documents, personal documents, birth certificates, marriage certificates, passports, diplomas. There, I think there is no space. There is no second guessing. There is no where we can say we can't deliver a top-notch quality because we are working with names, with numbers, with etc. So in that case, if someone tells me, yeah, you can hurry, and we talked about in a previous episode about urgent requests, even if you have to hurry, you have to deliver 100% quality, for example. And when it comes, for example, to marketing content, for me, it's more than translation, it's transcreation, it's localization. So there, I think you will tell us about that. But there, I think we have more than one type of quality because you are experiencing, you know more about the marketing content. So do we have more different types of quality when it comes to marketing?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think, as you said, when it comes to certified translation, legal translation, medical translation, I think for that type of translation, quality is accuracy.
Yes.
As long as it's accurate, as long as it really says what the originals say, that is quality. You don't need to make it like more engaging. You don't need to make it more informal or more formal. No, you just need to translate what's in there. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be idiomatic, as long as it says what's in the original.
We even say that we translate it accurately, and the translator didn't change the meaning of the original. We say that in our declaration at the end of the document, or even footnote.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. To me, accuracy is quality in that type of text. However, when you come to marketing, to me, quality is impact. So you need to make an impact on your audience. So if you make that impact, that's a quality translation. It doesn't matter if it's not really loyal to the source, or if it's not grammatically correct in the target language. For example, I remember when I used to deal with SEO projects, I used to give the keywords to the translators to insert in the translations. There were some keywords that were left in English. There were some keywords that were misspelled because the misspelling got a better rank than the actual correct spelling. So when I used to say to the translators, okay, you need to insert these keywords, some of the translators came back to me saying like, listen, this is not grammatically correct. A translation shouldn't include any English words. And I used to say, yeah, but to the client, to my client and your client, quality means that you need to insert these keywords so that it works for them. When you talk about marketing translations, it's more about functionality. It has to work. Well, I think quality in general, it's intending to a service, to a purpose. So the translation needs to be fit to that purpose. And the purpose is different depending on the content.
So basically, quality is based on the outcome.
Exactly.
If
Yes.
the outcome is it's a application or a dossier to the embassy, the outcome is spotless. It's a 100% accurate certified transition. If the outcome is impact selling a product, CEO, so we need to see beyond the word quality in that case.
Exactly. Sometimes you might even need to put some things that are not grammatically correct. I'm thinking about audiovisual translation. Okay, you are dubbing, you are translating the script of a series,
Yes.
and one of the characters, he speaks wrong because maybe he's not educated enough. Okay, so your translation needs to be not grammatically correct because it needs to follow the same type of vibe.
Yes.
So it really depends. You cannot say that quality means having a text without typos and not grammatically correct and that all the glossary terms are respected. Not really. Sometimes when you talk about creative or marketing translations, you have a glossary, but the client tells you, don't repeat the terms on the glossary over and over again.
Yes. Yes.
So if you keep repeating, that's not quality because that's not what the client is expecting.
So in some cases, you are not only you are not only one person in the quality equation. There are several persons. It depends on the niche again. It depends on the sector, and also we have noticed that the transcreation you did, the translation, the localization, you sent, maybe at the end it will be much different from what you sent. That doesn't mean that your work was not of good quality, but as Lucia said, maybe it was because the client wanted a different outcome, a different impact on the audience. So in quality, it can vary. This is what I can say. But now in the AI area, it happens that we receive some. We talked about MTP before, and we also dedicate an episode about MTP and all its forms. But sometimes they ask us for a light, for example, light editing or light MTP, machine translation post editing. So as vendors, should we ask more questions? And I really would like to have your opinion. Should we ask more questions about the outcome, about where the translation, what our translations will mean, or how they will be used? For example, you as a PM, you send me a content to localize in French or Romanian, my languages. Should I just do that, or maybe start asking questions? Will it be used on a website? Will it be used in a I don't know, there will be something internal? Because maybe sometimes the quality, it depends. There is a quality for the website, there is a quality for internal communication, etc. So what do you think? Should we start asking more questions as vendors, or just follow with the PM's email?
I think it depends on the project. If you think this is going to be an ongoing project, I think it's worth investing time in asking how the texts are going to be used, because this is a project that it's worth spending more time on. If it's going to be just a one-on and the project manager didn't say anything, I wouldn't worry that much. because it's just going to be one and that's it. And if they have any feedback, they can give it back to you and then you fix it and that's the end of the story. But for big projects or big clients, yes, I definitely would ask what is quality to them, or what is the final expectation. So what are the expectations on the text, especially if you're going to consider light or full post editing? I would ask, okay, what does this mean to you as a company? What is it that you are expecting from me?
Yes, I see. And when it comes to quality, do you think that there is again, sorry with my questions, do you think that quality is viewed differently from a PM perspective and a vendor perspective, or they usually have the same view on quality from your experience?
No, I think quality depends on the person. Especially with vendors, I've been feeling that vendors, you are more purist. You are a linguist, really. So you like to be more correct. You don't like having constructions that are not correct in the language. Like, for example, when I ask Spanish translators to capitalize all the words in a title, they want to kill me because that's not grammatically correct in Spanish.
All Latin-based languages are the same. I can tell you that.
So yeah, they want to kill me, but that's one requirement from the client. And if I send the title without every word being capitalized to the client, they will come back to me and they will say, this is bad quality.
Yeah, but in this case, did you tell the client that maybe for some locals, this thing is not working or it's not natural?
Most clients know. And believe it or not, some clients that I'm sending these, for example, they are based in Spain and they are Spaniards. So they know that it's not grammatically correct in Spanish, but they want it like that. So imagine, from the vendor perspective, what they are sending is bad quality. And if they send good quality from the vendor perspective, then you will get the client thinking it's bad quality.
So you are in the middle.
And yeah, you are in the middle.
So vendors, be kind to your PMs because they are in the middle sometimes.
And I understand both sides. I understand that they like it better with all the letters capitalized and they think it looks better. But then on the other side, you've got the RAE, which is the Royal Academy of the Language, of the Spanish language, saying that it's not correct. I don't know. I'm just in the middle.
So we can say that quality depends on the project, on the...
Yes.
So this is one thing that as vendors we can learn. And I think I highlighted in other episodes, but with experience, with knowing the client, knowing the PM, knowing the content we are working on, it would be easier to understand some things. And maybe as an end to this episode, maybe Lucia can tell us how she's dealing with feedback from the client regarding the quality of the translation, because I don't think that always the bad feedback reflects a bad translation.
No, not at all. And we've discussed this on a previous episode, talking about feedback and how to give and receive feedback. But I will answer this to you with an example, with a real life story, okay?
Okay.
I used to have a client that one department was was sending us to translate public releases, so on the press. And these projects were really urgent because they needed them within 3 or 4 hours. These were really urgent. We discussed what urgent means before.
Yes.
And the translators were sending the translations of the press releases, okay? And then the client always used to tell us, like, this is not correct, this is not right, this is not what we want. So I used to come back to the translators and the reviewers and ask, like, okay, what's going on? And they used to tell me, like, nothing. This is accurate, this is what it says, this is a translation and it's idiomatic and it's in the format of a public release in my language. Okay, so after a lot of back and forth, after a lot of calls with the client and the vendors all together in a call, Then we realized that what the client wanted was a transcreation. So what they were doing was to take the translation that we were giving them, and then they were editing the translation, changing, including local references that weren't in the original, changing things, taking out information and putting some other. So yeah, to them that wasn't quality, but that's because it wasn't what they needed. To the vendors, they were saying, I don't have a crystal ball to understand what the client wants. If they don't send me a list of references that they want to include, we cannot do anything else. So this is an example of how sometimes you need to deal with different expectations on what quality is, and especially not being a language that you can understand, it's even more difficult because you are trying to understand what's been changed from a third-party point of view, because obviously I was taking all this to another person that wasn't the reviewer or the translator involved. So yeah, this is tricky, and giving feedback regarding this type of quality errors is even more challenging because it's frustrating for the vendor who is not understanding, for the client who is not understanding what's going on, because to the client it's really clear. And yeah, as a PM, you need to use your diplomatic skills and investigation and problem solving to find out what's going on.
I think you pictured it perfectly. And yeah, for my colleagues, I can only say that if you follow the instruction, if you follow everything that the PM told you in their emails, you said that in a previous episode that sometimes vendors don't read the instructions and the emails, and you'll hit that. And you still receive feedback about the quality, maybe you should ask yourself or even the PM what they mean, or maybe what the client means about that quality. I think it's an important topic, and I hope we gave you some food for thought. I don't know.
Yeah, just let us know what you will think a quality translation is, what you think is something that a quality translation can never miss. So I don't know, and give us your thoughts, maybe some personal experiences as
Right
well
in
that
the
you
comments.
had. Yeah.
Thank you, Lucia. Till next time, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What you've heard are just our personal opinions. We by no means intend to impose our personal views on anyone. Feel free to disagree, throw tomatoes at us, or just drop a comment to let us know. Thank you!